Hey guys, we are at Tampa International Airport. We're about to board our flight for the East Coast Rep Rap Festival. This one's gonna be fun. We're doing it a little bit different cameras, same Amber, kind of different Grant. You know how it goes.
Always a tired Amber.
Always tired, yeah, that never changes. Perpetually tired. But it is a sprightly 5:11 in the morning, and we're gonna grab a flight. Let's go to Baltimore, and then Bel Air. Why is that?
No.
Because our prints are so fresh, we have to go to Bel Air.
All right, I think we got to run.
Here, there. Is that better for you?
I'm not, okay.
That's like a power squat for me. All right, we'll see you guys.
I know everybody wanted to see it, so it's happening. We have what is probably one of the most unexpected launches for me, and objectively one of the coolest machines I have seen in well over 5 years of just really digging into the hobby industry. We are over at the Peopoly booth, and the Magneto X is here. Yeah, magnets, how do they work?
How do they work?
Yeah, magnets, how do they work? It's a song reference, don't worry about it. It's a bad song reference, it's a very bad song, don't look it up. But this printer uses magnets to move. No belts, no pulleys, no grub screws, no BS. And that's pretty awesome, like really awesome. So talk to us about this printer.
First of all, I'm really happy to meet you in person, Grant.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of your streams.
Thank you.
Magneto X is based on linear motor motion system. What you have to see here is basically magnets have different polarization alternating.
Yep.
And so when you have electric goes through it, it alternates and kind of push it forward and backward.
Right.
So that's kind of the basic idea behind that. The idea is to have lower friction, so you can have a stronger force. And also a simpler mechanical design where it's easier to maintain. It's also a cleaner appearance as well.
Right.
So that's kind of the idea going behind it.
This thing is just insane. Like, you know, you had been teasing me a little bit via DM that something new was coming out, and it was nothing like we've ever seen from Peopoly, where you guys are kind of known for resin printers and then Soraya Tech as well with resin. And by the way, love my Soraya Tech resin. Like, we are pretty much a full Soraya Tech facility, and that is not sponsored. I pay for full price for all that because it just friggin' works. I love that resin. The Fast Gray is my favorite. And it's like some company finally listened, right? You have an entire section about privacy, which I feel like I might have slightly inspired some of that privacy talk, but you know, this is still, it's so damn cool. Like,
I appreciate that, Grant. You know what? So the backstory of the Magneto is that we actually developed this. We started doing we started getting the idea back in 2022. We were locked down and we were watching a lot of Volon videos just like everyone else, including a lot of your contents. And then we started ordering parts to build it while we were locked down, right? Yeah. That's kind of how it started. So a lot of ideas actually do come from or inspire from the Volon design community. And then once we start building it with the linear motor, having clippers, having orca slicer really make the process smooth. And like you said, we felt the cloud, the data privacy issues are something important for some users, and we want to kind of clarify that.
And this thing is amazing. I mean, it's an all metal frame, it looks like.
Yes.
You know, extruded aluminum. We've got magnets, linear guideway, a nice big screen on the front of it. And the price point is really aggressive, right? The retail price is about $2,000 for this machine. Is this as shown $2,000?
This is as shown 2000. This is actually an engineering sample. This is the 5th generation engineering sample.
Okay.
We had to kind of build the prototype to make the motor,
Yeah.
kind of back and forth. There's a lot of iteration behind that. But we like to go to production at the end of October.
Yeah.
And then we like to start shipping units out to the warehouse in mid-November. And then get to the hands by end of December.
And don't let your eyes deceive you. You might look at the printer and like, wait a minute, the printer's moving. No, the whole freaking table is moving. We'll show you guys. This thing is really fast accelerating. What acceleration are we running right now?
This one, because we were concerned the table is going to collapse, so right now it's probably 10K or less. Yeah, we'll dial it down from 15. 15 was really shaky.
Yeah.
And we wanted this to last for 2 days. Yeah.
Is it nylon printed, this cover?
Yeah, that cover is non-covered.
That's
I
nice.
think we're gonna switch to injection molded later
Yeah.
on, but right now we like the look of a nylon SLS.
Yeah, this is, honestly, this is a really pretty machine. When it came out, I looked at it and I just was like frantically DMing you because I was so excited. Because from my perspective, as a business owner in the 3D printing community, if this printer holds up to everything that is claimed, this will be the new printer for prosumer and light industrial, period. You're not gonna get better value on the market right now. The build volume is perfect. The 400 wide with 300 deep and 300 tall, I mean, it's there. Magnets, which not necessary, but it's really, really cool to see, which means less maintenance, right? I see a lot of aluminum in here, a lot of metal, and then open source on the firmware with Clipper.
Nozzle is E2D V6.
It's a V6, so I'm
for-
putting the
for
diamond
Honda.
on it. Let's go.
Right.
Sorry, I'm instantly, we like our diamonds.
I just want to make sure that the users can find the nozzle when in a pinch. We
Right.
don't want
You don't want to run a proprietary nozzle because then it's like, I have all this spare part already laying here. And it's great to see that this thing is taking it into account. And you guys also did something that a lot of other companies didn't do, and you brought this to my attention, and I liked it. You guys are actually the first sponsors of Orca Slicer and one of the first sponsors of Clipper.
OEM-wise, I think we were one of the first one. But I did talk to Kevin O'Connor from the Peopoly project, and I mean, they have a pretty stiff standards of being a common Spencer. Like, they actually have a couple other things want to do it, but they say you have to follow the open source standard to release your codes and whatnot. And we're going to do that anyway. But I just told him that we want to support you because Clipper did make the development of the printer a lot smoother. I think the idea of virtualizing the hardware makes it easier to develop a more complex motion system for printers.
I love it. You decided that not only are you going to release a printer, but you want to support the companies that are supporting you. It is not just about you, which objectively, some of the competition is very much, it's only about us and it's not about supporting open source. It's not about supporting the people that do all the work. They just want to take, and not give. And it is awesome to see a company finally not only building a machine that is beautiful, it's objectively beautiful, but I think the real point here is that you have listened to the cries of the community, you've listened to your own frustrations, you've listened to the frustrations of others, and you've said, we can do better. And dude, this printer is better. This is everything that I was looking for. We got to get one for the channel. This is absolutely amazing. You got the flex plate, I see. I see some springs as well. What are all the springs for?
It's a good question. I need to get back to you on that. I believe that's kind of you don't want. I believe it was related to binding. You don't want to. That was the reason. I'm not a mechanical engineer, right? I'm not a mechanical engineer.
And it auto bed levels, right?
It does. It has a low cell sensor in the nozzle, right?
Nice.
And then it has the 48 points.
I am really excited to see this. I had no idea this is coming. You put out that little tease of, motion reinvented, and I was like, ball screws, ball screws, ball screws, ball screws, ball screws. And you're like, no, it's not ball screws. I'm like, but lead screws have so much backlash. This has no backlash, right?
It still has a bit. I think the way it moves and also the environment will give it some backlash. So you still need a bit of an input shaping. But yeah, I think that was, we actually did send a lot of survey. Not a lot of survey, but I did talk to a lot of users, say we're going to build a servo motor printer. But so they don't know what we're making. But that was kind of the idea, to have reduce that artifacts on the prints.
This printer is amazing. Seriously, I am so excited to see this thing, and I'm excited to see these out on the field because honestly, this looks like you just kind of went to the community and said, hey, what do you guys want? We're gonna make it affordable, $2,000 and $2,500 with all the parts, with the panels and the blower and all that, which come on, you're gonna spend $2,000. Go ahead and go get the rest of the upgrades. You know, you gotta get the rest of the upgrades. But this is amazing. It's an amazing printer. Anything you want to tell the folks at home about this machine that I might have missed?
There's an enclosure on there.
Yeah.
So side panel on the top, you can hit about 60. So
60
60, yeah. So you can do ABS, ASI. The magnets can handle up to 80 to 100 Celsius. So that'll be fine. But this is not for like peak or autumn. That's not for that.
Right, because at a certain point, the magnets will start to lose their magnetism because of the heat. And that is something to note, right? And so we looked, we could only find one other printer that uses this technology. It is 50 times the price.
Essentium?
Essentium, the HSE. Yeah, so the Essentium HSE uses the same style of technology, but it is $100,000. So this is bringing this really awesome tech into the home where you, as someone that might want to run a business or a hardcore maker, can really rely on something that's not going to let you down. This is so cool. Thank you so much for showing this off. Thank you for bringing it. And we got to talk because
that's what we want.
I want to get one of these for the channel. This is absolutely amazing, seriously. This is our third time coming through, and this is the first time we've been able to actually sneak in and grab a recording because you guys have been packed the whole time.
Yeah, we share that.
We're going to let you get back to it because it looks like there might be a bit of a line.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Greg.
This machine is awesome.
Glad to meet you.
Guys, stay tuned. More on the Magneto X coming soon. This printer really has me hyped, and I hope it does for you as well. Let me know in those comments below. Let's go on to the next one. Laser cutters have gotten so much more affordable over the past few years. And if you don't know about Lightburn, you're kind of missing out. Lightburn is the best software for laser cutters on the planet, and they don't pay me to say that. I got my buddy Joe here who is giving most people here a little bit of mustache envy. But Joe is also going to be showing us all about Lightburn and some new stuff coming up. So Joe, talk to us.
A couple of the demos that we have here today, we're showing off lasering chocolate using the X Tool F1, and we're going to be machining some chocolate as well with a new product that we have coming up. That's right, machining some chocolate.
One, that sounds very gummy. It sounds like it's gonna make a mess. Sounds like it might smell weird over here, but that could also be Matt who's hanging around in the background. I don't know.
Lasering chocolate is not the best smell. You would think like chocolate chip cookies.
No, it's not. No, you're burning
not.
it.
You're burning it.
Yeah.
It's not good, but
But
it is great.
Lightburn for CNC.
Yeah.
I got rid of my CNCs. I had an old Gen 1 X carve that I got rid of because while easel is nice, it's limited. V-carve is nice, but it's complicated. Lightburn for CNC. What's it called?
The title will be called Mage. It's alliterative.
Yeah.
It's fantasy.
Yeah.
It cuts things. It retains a lot of the old interface from Lightburn. All the old drawing tools,
Nice.
all of the utilities that you really loved for creating things in Lightburn.
Right.
All of that's still there. The operations are a little bit different, but they retain the ease of use and the power that we...
That's the big thing with
Built
Lightburn.
Lightburn
It's just easy to use. You don't have to know 5 languages to understand it. Looking at you, RD Works. You don't have to have an engineering degree. Looking at you, V-Carve. You can just be the regular maker that just wants to make cool stuff. And whether that is that they just want to make some beer money, a little money on the side, or they want to turn it into a full business.
Right.
I know you do Lightburn for Galvo. We saw that last year.
Yep.
But now for CNC, you're telling me that if I got a CNC again, like I have a 3010, but I don't really consider that a CNC. If I got a nicer CNC, that we could easily continue that same software that we love for our laser right into that.
Yeah, so
Wow.
we're focused on anything that runs Gerbil, anything that runs standard G-code, but not only those machines, we're also focused around running the machines that run things like Mach 3 or UCCNC or
Nice.
things like that.
That's
so
good.
we're targeting both higher end machines and your standard desktop like Shapegoku, X-Cars, 3018s, things like that.
What's the expected release date of this?
TBD.
Soon TM. Okay.
Yeah, that's the closest I'm going to give you. We are running it here today. We're running some chocolate machining demos, and what you see today is like probably a 70% version of the software.
Awesome.
But I've been running it on my machines at home. I have several different machines. Been running projects with it for the last couple months, and I really enjoy using it. Before Mage, my typical CAM softwares were things like VCarves Pro,
Right.
Fusion 360, things
Yeah.
like that. And we have worked our best to pull a lot of the power from that software into Mage, but also continue the ease of use that we've used for Lightburn over the years.
Nice. What I've always loved about Lightburn, it's easy enough that I can use it.
Right.
And if I can use it, you at home can use it as well. I don't have any engineering degrees. In fact, I have 2 business degrees. And seriously, Lightburn makes it is like strapping a 200 shot of nitrous to your laser cutter. It just makes it run better. I have been making my business cards for years with Lightburn. Okay, years.
That's a fun business
My
card.
laser's not very well aligned. Don't look at it too well. And it's not a vector, but it's good enough for the average person that doesn't work for Lightburn. But I recently started to really play around with doing processes for them rather than just doing the entire line at once. It does each individually. It cut 9 minutes off the cut. 9 minutes. It's for 22 cards. It takes 36 minutes, and now it takes 25 or 27. It takes a lot less time. It takes 27 minutes. That is
Job
amazing to me.
optimization is key.
Yeah. And if I'm standing out in my unair-conditioned, uninsulated garage in Florida.
Grant's suffering brings up a solid point that I always like to reiterate.
You like my suffering?
Yeah, but
I mean, that's fair.
never leave your lasers unattended. I don't care how hot your shop is.
Do not run lasers unintended. Do not run lasers without proper safety gear. Buy proper laser safety glasses. We have some recommended, linked in the description down below if you guys want to get some.
Yeah.
We've gone over and done some lasers here on the channel. We'll card to a recent live stream where I came to you guys, Lightburn, and said, hey, I don't want to lose my eyes, so do you have any recommendations? And yeah, they're not cheap, you know, a couple $100 for a pair of glasses, but I will tell you that regular eyeglasses will cost you more than that. You don't want to find yourself needing those after a trip to your laser.
Yeah.
And remember, it's not just about you. It's about everybody around you. Young kids, animals, they all can be damaged, especially by diode lasers. So please be careful. Do not run your lasers unattended. Do not run them outside of enclosures. I'm serious. I know the companies sell lasers without enclosures. Make sure you put an enclosure.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's not supposed to be a safety brief. We're supposed to talk about Lightburn and showing Lightburn stuff. So let's burn and let's cut some stuff.
All right.
Guys, let us know in the comments, what would you want to burn and now potentially mill with Lightburn CNC, or what was it again?
Mage.
With Mage from Lightburn. I'm really excited to see this stuff come out. But doing coverage of the East Coast Rep Festival coming up. Stay tuned.
That is just a little teaser of some of the awesome interviews to come. We had the Magneto X from Peopoly, and of course, Mage, and seeing Galvo lasers running at Lightburn. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts on the Peopoly Magneto X, and hey, if you want, maybe we can convince Mark that he's got to come on an upcoming podcast to talk about what it took to build freaking magnet motion systems, or linear motion systems utilizing magnets. It's a really cool system, and I'm curious to know more, but I don't know if you guys will want to sit through couple hours of hardcore geeking down. But anyways, so much more content coming soon in the coming days, so stay tuned for that. But I do want to give a massive thank you to all of our channel supporters whose names are listed right next to me at the $5 tier and higher. Thank you for what you guys do in making this possible. Thank you to you all, the viewers who have made it this far in the video. Greatly appreciate your support. Leave a like if you haven't, and subscribe if you haven't as well. But stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. Enjoy this very loud blooper. And as always, keep making awesome. Have a good one.
if I'm standing out in my unair-conditioned, uninsulated garage in Florida,
Leave that in.
we're alive. Ah. Oh, that's an adrenaline kick, huh? Take 2. Well, no. I was really at a decent pause. We could cut it at that area.